Is this on? Oh yeah. What's good? It's Josh Sahunta. I'm gonna teach you how I produced Love on the Internet, one of my favorite songs off of my new EP. I'm gonna show you the process, how I did it, and how I wrote it. So hope you enjoy it. Okay, so for Love on the Internet, the first thing that I started with was this loop that I found on Splice, and it's just this pulsing synth thing, and it's just super cool sounding, and the minute I heard it, I just had so many different ideas, but this is what this sounds like. Just that. It's so clean and just ambient, and I added some reverb and some micro shift by Sound Toys to kind of just fill it out a bit more. So I usually always do drums after. I don't know why, but it just kind of gives me a vibe. So these are the drum sounds. I picked a little percussion thing, and it starts right at the beginning, and I just really like how it sounded, and it just like fits the pocket really nice, and this is what that sounds like. Then I added the kick and the snare. And that's pretty much the percussion. Okay, and so for the 808, I use this plugin that I absolutely love. It's called Sublab. This is what it looks like. So it pretty much has all these 808 sounds, and I'm using the Gucci Gang sound right now. And then after that, I threw on the Little Labs from UAD, the Pultec from UAD, and of course a channel EQ just to kind of bring down that low end and bring down a little bit of the mids just to make it fit with the kick a little bit better. The chorus has a different bass sound, which I'm using the Euphoria plugin, which is kind of a hidden gem I found. I'm using the Godzilla preset, tweaked a little bit of EQing on there. But that fits in right here. A little exposure, this doesn't feel right. So in the chorus of the song, I went a little bit crazy with percussion. I added a lot of different hi-hats, and I added it's like an East Indian drum. It's called a tabla, and I added that, and that kind of carries the undertones of the percussion in this part, and I absolutely love how it sounds. So you can barely hear it, it's just kind of there in the background, but I just think it's a cool texture. So this next little sound is a funny little addition. I actually sampled the trash bin on the MacBook and threw that in there as a little snare. There it is. I just gave it a lot of top end to make it sparkle a little bit higher than the snare. You can't really tell it's there, but it was just something fun I wanted to throw in there. Love on the Internet, wanted to throw in a little bit of a computer reference, I guess. So honestly, this is pretty much it. There's one more sound that is probably my favorite sound in the entire song. I just randomly found it in a plugin called Diva, and it's just this kind of cool keyboard sound, and it kind of mimics the melody of the vocals. It's happening, physical distance, can't say I miss this. So one more cool, interesting sound that I put in here was from the Mellotron. Let's get that loaded up here by Arturia. It's the Acoustic Electric Pluck, and it sounds like this by itself. And I absolutely love that. I threw a little bit of Echo Boy delay on there, and some R-Verb by Waves, and in the context of the song, it sounds like this. So a little quick backstory about what Love on the Internet is about. Basically, it was inspired by everybody being in quarantine and this whole idea of having to self-isolate and not see your friends and not see other people, not be out in public. And I thought, what if this way of life kind of continued indefinitely and people had to just date online and you couldn't really like go on dates in person anymore. So I just imagined a world in which that was the case, and then Love on the Internet kind of came about, and that's how I got this song where it's this tension where like you want to see this person face to face but you can't because it's not allowed. And I just thought it was a fun song that was very quarantine relevant. So yeah, and that is pretty much it. So this wasn't like an overly complicated song. I feel like anybody could have made this, but it was super fun to make. I just tried out a lot of different sounds. I kind of went on a bit of a spending spree on plugins, and this was kind of like my experiment song of trying some of those sounds out. So I just learned a lot of different techniques, and but yeah, this is Love on the Internet. This is how I made it. And yeah, if you have any specific questions, please throw them in the comments and I'd love to answer them. And I really hope you enjoy the song, and I thank Spotify for putting this on a few different editorial playlists. And I think everybody who has listened to this song and shown it some love, I'm very excited about it. And yeah, thank you so much for listening.